Hello everyone! Between Yamcha and Cell, who would win? Yamcha is a brave, boastful, yet trustworthy former desert bandit. He's a talented fighter and one of the strongest on Earth. Cell is a shape-shifting entity. His appearance changes depending on the form he's currently in. In the desolate desert, where hot winds whip up golden sand and the sun shines relentlessly, Yamcha, a notorious former desert bandit, stands silently contemplating his next heist. Though he's left the life of a robber, his survival instincts and vigilance have never faded. As one of Earth's strongest warriors, Yamcha has experienced countless life-or-death battles, from his teenage confrontations with Goku to the battles defending the planet against extraterrestrial forces. At that very moment, the space above the desert warped. A creature appeared, tall and imposing, with a dark green, insect-like shell, radiating a cold and overwhelming aura. It was Cell, the perfect artificial being, a crystallization of the cells of the universe's strongest warriors, such as Goku, Vegeta, Piccolo, and Frieza. Yamcha possessed strength far beyond that of an ordinary person, incredible speed, a keen sense of ki, and mastery of techniques like Sokidan, Spirit Ball, and Kamehameha, along with flexible martial arts. However, Yamcha's greatest limitation was his lack of overall strength and durability. He hadn't reached Super Saiyan level, nor did he have the ability to regenerate. In contrast, Cell possessed planet-destroying power, speed far exceeding the speed of sight, the ability to regenerate, absorb energy, and high strategic intelligence due to inheriting the memories of many warriors. From the moment Cell appeared, Yamcha sensed the disparity in power. His opponent's aura was not only strong, but also deep, like a bottomless abyss. However, Yamcha's nature was not to flee immediately. He had been weak, he had failed, but he had never lacked courage. Cell was the aggressor. In his larval form, Cell resembled a large, four-legged cicada with long, V-shaped horns on his head and a face similar to the remote tracking device. He observed Yamcha like a scientist observing a specimen. To Cell, Yamcha wasn't an equal opponent, but an interesting variable. Conversely, Yamcha understood that a direct confrontation would quickly lead to his defeat. Therefore, Yamcha's strategy was speed, guerrilla tactics, maintaining distance, and defense. Yamcha underwent intense training and invented new techniques such as Blind Wolf Fist, New Wolf Fist, and Soul Orb. Yamcha struck first with Sokidan, controlling the energy orb to continuously twist and turn, attacking from multiple angles to gauge Cell's reaction. This was a clever tactic. The power of Sokidan prevented Yamcha from standing still, utilizing the vast desert terrain to control it to fly and attack multiple targets simultaneously. Yamcha often used this skill for looting. Meanwhile, Cell had transformed into his human form, standing upright. Cell easily dodged, even smiling. But he realized that Yamcha hadn't lost control. Every blow was aimed at buying time and finding an opening. Cell counterattacked with simple but precise energy blasts. Even a graze was enough to create pressure that forced Yamcha to use all his strength to defend. Sand and rocks were blown away, not by direct destructive force, but by the air pressure from the blows. Yamcha switched to close combat martial arts in a flash, unleashing a series of kicks before retreating immediately. In a few rare moments, he even managed to hit Cell. But the damage inflicted was almost negligible. Cell's bioshell absorbed and regenerated almost instantly. The turning point came when Cell became completely focused on his target and was extremely cautious, stealthy, cunning, knowledgeable, and meticulously calculated to achieve perfect results. With perfect artificial intelligence, he began to predict the trajectory of movement, cutting off Yamcha's escape route and forcing him into a passive position. Yamcha unleashed his strongest Kamehameha, not to destroy Cell, but to create cover and open an escape route. But Cell appeared right behind him, so fast that Yamcha couldn't fully react. At the decisive moment, Yamcha understood the truth. This was his limit. Without the Saiyan bloodline like Goku and Vegeta. Not because he was weak, but because his opponent was far beyond the level a pure Earth warrior could handle. Cell delivered the finishing blow. Not with full power, but just enough to take him down. Yamcha was defeated, but not killed. Cell saw no need to eliminate someone who was no longer a threat. Cell left in silence, leaving Yamcha lying motionless on the battlefield, defeated, but still alive, a testament to his absolute cruelty and arrogance. Thank you for following the story. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel to watch more dramatic battles.